Good afternoon. I would like to take a few minutes to talk to you about discrimination. The discrimination specifically of those with the disease of HIV and AIDS. A discrimination is a consequence of a stigma, and a stigma is a mark of disgrace. This is being seen with AIDS. In the Journal of International AIDS Society, this is happening overseas, specifically in nursing homes. There was a study done that there were some elderly people who had AIDS in this nursing home, and they were neglected of absolute care. No one came in to give them food. No one came in to change their diapers. No one came in to check their vitals. Nothing. Absolute, complete neglect. When the families would come in, they were concerned. Why wasn't their loved one being taken care of? And then it came out that because these men and women had contracted AIDS, they were not helped. And if they were helped, the meals would be dropped off at the door. Well, the elderly people couldn't necessarily get down and pick up the food, so they were going without food. AIDS is a serious disease. However, it is seen not as it should be. It's not a viral infection. It doesn't happen through social touch. It doesn't happen to be in the air and you breathe it in. It is contracted through unsafe sex and needle sharing and blood touching. In the 1960s, this was seen as a gay disease or a disease transferred through prostitutes, women specifically selling their bodies for money. In the 1960s, many were not treated for AIDS because they were seen as dirty or gay, so people did not want to help them. This was seen to be an issue then and not of now. However, in 2009, the Virtual Mentor Association Journal of Ethics did a study in the United States to come to find out that AIDS is still being discriminated against, that those who have AIDS are still being seen as dirty and not being treated with the proper human care. So take a minute and think about how you would feel if you walked into a hospital because you were sick and no one could figure out what was wrong with you, so the hospital was the last resort, and the doctor came in and simply stated, "I cannot help you." You would feel lost, concerned, confused, and you wouldn't know what to do. In today's world, in 2020, this is still going on with those who have AIDS. They are discriminated against because of a disease. They are discriminated against because doctors still today don't want to contract AIDS. But they cannot contract AIDS through just wearing gloves like most medical care workers use, through wearing gloves and taking shot or getting blood, because the wound of someone else has to be completely opened and the transfer of blood has to go right into directly to someone's wound. But because of these false stigmas, people with AIDS are dying more rapidly. They're not being taken care of, and they're not giving the medicine to help them be able to live longer. There was a study done in the United States where a woman who had AIDS needed a gallbladder surgery. She went to a hospital where she lived, her local hospital, and she met with a surgeon, where the surgeon informed her that she could not have her gallbladder surgery done there. And she simply asked why. And the doctor stated, "Because you have AIDS, and I don't want to get it." And she was confused and said, "But you can't get AIDS. If you do the proper scrubbing in, wearing your gown with your masks and your gloves, you can't contract it." And he said, "Ma'am, I will not help you." So she left. She went to another hospital founded within another state. The doctor treated her just as any other regular human. She got her gallbladder out, and now she's happy, and she's living her life. But she felt as though she wasn't normal. She wasn't a person because she was treated with disrespect because of a stigma. Yes, AIDS is a disease. Yes, it is serious. Yes, it needs medical treatment. Yes, it could have been contracted from unsafe sex. Yes, it could have been contracted because a human may or may not be gay. Yes, it could be contracted because of needle sharing and of drug use. However, AIDS is a crucial thing. AIDS needs to be seen as a disease that can be helped through medicine, not as a stigma that you can contract it just from saying hello to someone. Yes, people have a past. Yes, it might not have been pleasant, but you don't know where they came from, what they were trying to accomplish in their life. And as a doctor and as a medical person, people should be educated of how AIDS is contracted, that again, it is not airborne, but that people with AIDS should be given the care that they need, the care that they deserve as humans. They should be able to live out their life to the extent that they can, even living with this disease. Because of incorrect beliefs and social cognitive discrimination, many are dying of AIDS, not just in the United States, not just overseas, but also children in Africa. There have been studies done in Africa to be able to help these children be able to live, and medicine is being able to be shipped over there to help these children be able to live their life to the fullest. So next time you see someone, just remember that they're a person, and remember to keep an open mind because you don't know what they may be going through. Thank you.